What day is it today? 12th, isn't it? 12th of June, 2006. Catching up with my diary. I've been on for a few days. Right. Couple of strange things happened today. So, I want to say this, if this makes any sense. So, we've had that Andy Burnham, about the WASPy women with the pensions. That's absolutely disgracing it, that. I know, 12 months, 24 months notice. The pension age was going up to 67. When the rules were set out, you should mention these policies way in advance, especially when it comes to pensions and what have you, 15, 20 years. My husband's always been concerned, I won't get a pension by the time I reach pension age. Now, that's absolutely nonsense. Right, they're not falling for that. They realise they made a big mistake with WASPy women. Right, I'm going to come back to the women in a minute, because that's me being my main concern today, listening to all shit. Right, now they've already given you notice. Right, it's 2045. Your pension age will go up to 70 from 67. So you in your, early 50s, late 50s, don't worry about it. You'll be well retired before that comes in. So, it's all nonsense, futuristic nonsense. Yeah, the futurists. Well, there's loads of them in there. I'm not going to convince them one way or another. It don't make no difference to me. But coming back to the subject of WASPy women, women don't realise at the moment, or I don't think they realise, but what would I know? I'm not a woman, I'm not going through the trials and tribulations what they're going through. I mean, what's happening today with all these immigrants, rapes and grooming and all that. I can only sympathise with the women. But what I believe is this. Women, they don't believe they're as strong as they are. They're at least half, give or take 1 or 2%, right, to the males. What surprises me is how the women are not all singing from St. John Street. Because really, them sort of things matter to them. I'm highly unlikely to get raped or groomed, am I? I'm a male. Do I understand a woman? No, but I know what a woman is. I don't, because I'm a male. But they are a proper strong voice in this country, and most countries, aren't they? But they're all loggerheads, aren't they? When I joined the Restore Party, and then they had the Great Yarmouth, local elections, 1 borough election, 5 ward councillors, 1 borough council. They won all 10, didn't they? The only thing I said at that time to our Marcus was, I'm going to have to send him email here being a member. Hang on, they're all males, there's no women in Great Yarmouth. I thought, what? But anyway, that went by and by, because we've got this up and coming by-election. Right, so they introduced a female candidate. I thought, thank God for that. We've got females involved now, Rebecca Shepherd. I thought, thank God for that. I thought it was, even though I joined, I thought, I hope this is not a sexist party, males only. But no, it's not. Probably circumstances, I don't know. But Andy Burnham, over his advisors, it's going to make a lot of difference here in that maker field. I don't think the women have realised that. They are very powerful when they join together, right? So, there's about 50% of females in that area. So, if they're all singing from the same song sheet, they're a very powerful movement, aren't they, women? And however you look at the women, the more compassionate, the more empathy and everything else, aren't they? Some, only a few, express the feelings as a woman. I think they should express themselves more. They should join together more. You know, lads are usually lads, aren't they? You know what I mean? So we tend to join together easy, don't we? Females, their friendships, I find them very strong. You know, they have the girlfriends, don't they? The friends they've known all their life, the friends they've met, and they're very clickety, aren't they? Well, they don't talk a lot about, you know, today's things, do they? Politics, this, that and the other. It's a shame. I'd like to see more of it, right? I think the females have a lot to add to any society. You can't exist without them. I can't exist without my mum. She were a female. Yeah. Unfortunately for her, you know, she conceived me. But, yeah. So, yeah, I am very aware of the feminist, gentle souls, I find most of them, you know. Very gentle, very compassionate, you know. Always sort of lend you the ear, don't they? You know what I mean? They don't call you a pussy, you know what I mean? Because you might have a little blubber, because you're a male. We're not entitled to that, are we? You know, we've got to be strong, and we've got to be brave. Get real, none of us are that. We've all got our faults. And how to keep the families together. They work harder, don't they? I take my hat off them to me. I'm telling you, I've never met a female what don't work harder than me. You know, well, when I'm capable of that is. And then we got that out of the way, so I go to wow, future is. He's looking in the future, you know. Yeah. So I'm like in the present moment, you know, what's happening and now, not what's going to happen or might happen, or they're going down this road and this will happen, you know what I mean? No, what is the present? That's who I am. So yeah, so I'm watching it all, I'm giggling, so I'm just saying to myself, well, it's all strange, isn't it? How they view things. I can't help that, how they view things. You know, don't worry about the future, worry about the present. You're in the present. And the main thing, what I've been on about, is, come on, you females, you know, agree on something, all get together. You know, like in this Makerfield by-election, you got 50% of vote there, women, you can do a hell of a lot. And don't tell me you don't like the Restore philosophy or political whatever it is, because surely that must appeal to you, right? And you push it. Never mind your husband, your boyfriends, or your partners. You know what I mean? Take notice the way they're voting. You know, you use your own vote, girls, right? And stick it to us, even as males. I've got no problem in being stuck it in me, right? When I'm talking male garbage. So all I'm going to say now, I'm going to end this now because it's my diary. It was thoughts on my head. I thought I'm going to get all this down. Yeah. Come on, girls. You can all do it. Push it forward. Tell this government, these councillors, all this fucking garbage we have, you know, civil servants, tell them to work, go and stuff it. Cheers. Bye.